Oh my goodness. So we have done intuition, right? And building up that confidence in your intuition, right? And how that's the gateway for opening up your other intuitive abilities, right? And then we talked about energy, how it affects you, and how you don't have to let it affect you in a way that you're not loving, right? And then we dove into yesterday mindset, those limiting beliefs, those lies that stop you from really being your true self. And here we are on day 4. Day 4, and today we are talking divination and divination tools. All right. I love this. Okay, because I gotta tell you, while I use this, of course, in my business, right? I use these in my personal life. I got my first tarot deck. My mother surprised me and brought it home. I was 16, but I actually started, right? Because if you had asked me at that point, I would have thought this was the only divination tool, tarot cards. Um, but I had actually started much younger because I was reading tea leaves. That's another divination tool. There's tons of them, and I love them. Some of them are just for me. They are my toys, and I have been collecting, and some of them are just silly, but some of them are profound. And, you know, every single client that I have worked with in the Lightworker certification program, or even in the Lightworker study groups when we have gone diving into doing readings, um, and going over different spreads, you know, knowing the basics just opens the door. It's so vital. And that's why, as I said, when I was picking the 4, trying to narrow it down to just 4, right, of the most profound gifts I could give you, right? Right? Yeah. Intuition, opening up the door to your intuitive abilities. Absolutely. You need to know about energy. You need to know how to be the one in control of it. Mindset. Yeah, you got to know what's going on with that, right? And of course, divination and the tools. So, we're going to dive into it. And, there's so many forms. All right. There's psychometry, there's mediumship readings, psychic readings, that you can do, right? Divination on your own. And then there are tools, right? Like our tarot or oracle or pendulum or crystal balls, right? Or scrying mirror, shells, stones, runes. There's so much. And I want to show you, and I'm going to share with you some tips, right, that you can start doing today to hone your abilities and how you can feel better connected to the tool of your choice. So, before we get started, please put for me in the chat on a level of 1 to 10. 1 to 10. I want you to think of whatever tool, if you use a tool, your favorite one, how confident are you using it, right? Is there room for you to grow? And if you don't have a tool that you're working with, um, let me know that, right? That maybe you're not confident with working with any of them. Okay, pendulum. Yeah, Christina. Absolutely, an 11. You go, girl. That's right. I gotta be honest, guys. Christina is a multi-graduate and worked with me for years. So, Christina, if you had put less than 10, I was going to be reaching out. um, Oracle. Okay. Shelly, Oracle. Okay, that's easy. We got this. Never met a crystal I didn't like. Oh, hello. You know it. You know it. Um, Tomorrow is the 23rd. Tomorrow is the awards, the trainings. Today's the last training. Cards, okay, runes. All right. Not a specific tool. All right. Listening to your gut. Oh, yeah. Hey, guys. Between you, me, and like maybe however many are watching the replay, do we really trust someone who doesn't like crystals? I know we're not supposed to be judgmental. I gotta tell you, if someone says, ew, crystals, I'm gonna stop and pause. Tomorrow's the 22nd. Oh, okay, yeah. So I have many gifts, skills, and abilities. Maybe the calendar isn't one of them, but that's okay. Make up for it in other ways. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Teresa. And I bet I've got the date wrong on everything. So this is good to know. All right. Um, oh yeah, crystals. Oh yeah. You know what? And candles. Candles. Do you ever notice you just can't seem to have enough candles? Candles. Candles and crystals. It's just, yeah. Them things make me happy. All right. So I see where you guys are at. I want you to remember the number you wrote down. All right. Because when we're done, I'm going to ask you now how more confident you feel. And that's before you even get started. So, you know me by now. I like to let's get clear on what we're talking about so we're all on the same page, right? The world just, oh man, they'll take a word and they just interchange and swap it out with so many things, and a lot of times the true meaning, the true definition is lost. So divination, basically that is an art or a practice where you are looking to either foresee or foretell future or discover, right, some hidden knowledge in the present or past, right? And using your abilities in combination with either just your abilities on its own, right? Or you may use a tool. Basically, it's just going, okay, I'm going to get information, past, present, future. And a tool is just that. It's an object that you're going to use while you are looking to get those insights, the guidance, the predictions in the future, or, what happened in the past, or let's get that really what's going on here in the present. And a divination tool, is also going to that object, or even it's like a person could be your tool, right? And how you're picking up on that. Because remember, intuition is about you being intuitive, is about someone else. All right. So there are many, 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 many benefits. One of them for me is just, it's fun. I love it. Okay. I love it. It's almost like having a telephone, right? Like a good one, so that you could just not be waiting on the telex. Oh, geez. Does telex exist anymore? All right, never mind. But so some of the benefits, of course, insight, getting guidance, The guidance could be coming from your higher self, your guides, your guardians, your angels, the universe. It could be coming from a collective, right? There's so many sources of ways and who and how to get guidance, right? And that guidance can help you with decision making, navigating issues, relationships, problem solving, all of this other stuff, clarity. All right, let me tell you something. When you think the word confidence, confidence is born in clarity. Clarity is the seat of confidence. Because at that point, you're like clear on the situation or what you're feeling or why you're feeling it, the relationships, your thoughts, your options, your possibilities. You don't feel like you're stumbling in the dark. Right? Think about that. If you're here in a sitting position and you need to move forward with something, anything, I don't care, whether it's baking a cake or I'm going to date this person or should I take this job? When you're feeling in the dark, do you stride? Is your head up? Are you striding? No. So I love the fact that it gives you that clarity. And that clarity, right? That confidence, it empowers. It empowers you. It empowers someone else if you are doing this for them. And let's not undervalue the connection, the connection with your higher self, with your guides, with your guardians, with your angels, with the universe, with ascended masters, with light beings, with the universe, with your soul, with the soul of others. That connection. And, that is, as spiritual beings, guys, that's fuel. That's fuel for your inner tanks. You don't feel alone. One of the things that usually happens is you feel alone. Like you're the only one in your little world. And then you're like, I'm not alone. Validation, right? You ever be like, I just, something, something, something. But when you stop to say, let me really do this, and maybe using a tool to get that validation of what you were thinking or feeling or the decision you wanted to make. Inspiration, because it's outside of you. You're tapping into all of this other energy, intelligent energy, right? It's moving, it's going, and it can really tap, just, man, when I tell you it gets those creative juices flowing. Inspiration, spire in the spirit. Healing. This is the number one reason that I, or anyone that I know that does readings for others, this is the number one reason why. They're coming for answers. They're coming for guidance. They're coming for insight. Absolutely. Psychic readings, mediumship readings, whether it's tarot or oracle readings, whatever tool you're using, when you are doing this for someone else and giving them that information, it is healing. This is a healing art. And I want you to understand, if you are doing this for others, you are a healer. Getting guidance, getting insight, getting direction, getting a message from a loved one. that has passed, getting a message from someone's higher self, guides, guardians, angels, getting clarity, getting like the support that comes from any type of reading. And that is so healing for the person. All right. I don't want you to ever, ever, ever not know that. If you are feeling called to be a healer, do not think the only way to do that is an energy practitioner or a hypnotherapist or a massage therapist or, you know, one of the other things that you would normally fall under healing, right? Guess what? This is too. Massively. And then, of course, enlightenment. You can use your gift of divination and working with tools to really tap in so that you can get spiritual insights. You can learn about life lessons and about your growth and this and that, right? Like you can just really tap in and do this. Hey guys, all right, do me a favor. I want you to put in the chat. We talked about these kind of benefits. Which one trips your trigger the most? Which one are you like, yes, yes, yes? Which one of these? Is it the insight, the guidance, the clarity, empowerment, the connection, the validation, getting inspiration, healing, tapping into enlightenment, universal wisdom and knowledge? Let me know what it is that clarity and healing, the connections. Yes, connecting with loved ones. Oh my gosh, connection. Yes, healing. It is healing, healing, enlightenment, healing, right? And here's what I want you to hear. All right. Each and every one of you chose, and you're right. It's what it means for you. You do not have to be a carbon copy. You don't have to be doing it for the same reason or main reason. It's individual. And that's one of the things I love about this. It allows you to really be you. And this is one of those modalities that you can use in a way that benefits you the most, that works for you, that's answering what you desire. And then that's for those that you offer your service to. All right. So again, for anyone who is here for the first time today or watching the replay and they're like, hey, the things she's saying, yeah, they make sense, but who the heck is she? Hi, I'm Erin Kosher, founder of the Lightworker Academy, and I am a master lightworker. I am a professional psychic development mentor, spiritual coach, clinical hypnotherapist, energy practitioner, da 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 da. I have been a psychic medium my entire life, and for over 5 decades now, I have dedicated myself to learning, growing, understanding, expanding, and I share. I share because I love who I am. I love what I do. I love helping beautiful lights get clarity and go in and discover their light, their truth, their way, and then help them, right? Give them those tools and those skills and the guidance, the support, sometimes the push and the tush, so that they really are living a fulfilled life on their terms, what their soul came here to do. Love, love, love. And I've been doing this professionally for well over 20 years. I still like the fact that I can just put that 2 in the front there because let me tell you, as the numbers start changing, I'm going, dang. Okay, so guys, there are ton, a ton. Like I didn't even put all of this here, right? Of divination tools that you can use. Now, some you've heard of and you know. Tarot, oracle cards, pendulum, tea leaves, psychometry, numerology, coffee grounds, runes, shells, I Ching, scrying. I meant to put scrying mirror there. Crystal ball, right? Um, there's bones, there's dice, there's playing cards, there's a book. You could literally, there is a type of divination called bibliography, something like that. But basically, where you're going to ask a question and you open a book and you just either look at the page or you just put your finger and there's your answer. When I tell you there are so many ways, but today I want to talk with you about the ones that are kind of the most common because I want to make sure I'm going to give you tips and strategies that you can start using right away. That's going to pump up your confidence and your accuracy. So that's why I wanted to start with these. And so today I want to talk with you about tarot, oracle, automatic writing, and pendulum. So don't even worry about the screen. We're just going to focus on me. Okay, so let me know. Anyone here use tarot cards? Let me know. Ah, Christina, you use the book method, right? I love that. Do you use tarot? Do you use the tarot? All right. What about oracle? If you've ever used oracle cards or if you use them, let me know. What about pendulums? How many of you use pendulums? Right? These are some of the most common tools out there. Like you just see it everywhere you go, all over. Especially if you go to buy yourself another one of them there beautiful crystals that we can't say no to. Oh my gosh. Pendulum the longest. Great. All right, guys. So tarot cards are a little bit more structured. Okay. There's like a standard 78 cards. And when I say they're more structured, there's typically that each one of the cards has a meaning, um, uh, almost like a definition. It's really going to guide you. And tarot cards are meaty. I love me tarot cards, and I'll tell you why. They're broken up in the deck into such a way that you have a major arcana, a minor arcana. You have the different suits, and within the suits, you have from ace to king. And so each one of these things is a puzzle piece for you. So when you're getting or using a tarot card, it's like getting an entire meal from the appetizer to the dessert and the after coffee or tea. You can get all of that from this. So if you're looking for something meaty, deep, you want a lot of details, it's great. Number one question I always get asked is, How do I know what deck to pick? The answer I give is 100% always the same. The one that calls to you, the one that when you look at it, you feel a connection. You look at it and you go, ooh, you look at it and you're like, I like the one that you have a feeling and emotion for. If there isn't one, or if it's kind of like, but everyone uses this one, so might as well. This is what I'm supposed to do. We getting rid of that. You get the one that you are called to. And there is a reason for that. Now, when I'm teaching my clients, right, when they're learning how to do readings using tarot, oracle, things of that nature, one of the things that is so important is that whatever the artwork on the card is, this is a deck that I've been using for my clients since, oh, please let the numbers start with the 2. Yeah, I'm actually, no, the mid 1990s. I've been using this deck. And that's because the images spoke to me. Now, if you're learning on your own, you can use the images to help you remember the basic gist of a card. Because, right, you're always saying, I can't remember the cards and all of this stuff. You can have the picture help you. When you want to move past that, you can allow the picture to be a tool to solidify information you are getting that has nothing to do with the card's traditional meaning. Okay, so like I want you to understand that. So now, say for instance, now I've been using this deck, as I said, since the middle of the 90s. No, I'm not throwing no shade, but the Rider-Waite deck has never, ever, ever clicked for me. The traditional one that everyone gets. I don't even own one. I don't own it, right? Because it has never. I bought it way back, geez, I don't know, 80s, something like that. Nothing. It did not speak to me at all. I didn't feel good with it. I don't even remember who I gave it to. It's been so many decades. But here's a card. I don't know if you can see. All right. And this is the 3 of Wands. Now, depending on the reading I'm doing, this card's going to speak to me. And it may have nothing to do with the traditional meaning, or I may be getting additional stuff that's going to give me more information to fill in about the traditional meaning, right? And so it's about having a relationship with your cards where they're fun and they feel good for you. That is the number one step. Number one. If they don't, give them to somebody. Smudge your energy, give them to somebody. Because it's going to do you no good. It's literally just going to be clutter. And I've been using these cards by Monty Farber and Amy Zerner, as I've said, since the mid 90s. And they will still, when I go to use them for somebody, things will pop out on the card that I've never seen before. I've been using the same cards for like, right? So think about that. They're a tool, a means of communicating. That's what a divination tool is. Nowadays, you can also get some really cool tarot. Yes, I know Amy is so talented. I just adore her and Monty. Um, but you can now get cool stuff. You can get, I am telling you, someone gave me the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. I have, oh my God, I've got some of the coolest, most like, I'm never going to use like tarot decks, right? You can get angels, animals, fairies, oh my gosh, witches, cats. You can get Disney, dogs, flowers. You can get, I mean, you can get any type of tarot. And the illustration is going to be whatever it is that the creator, right, had in mind. And some of them now will even give you information at the bottom of the card. Now, I will tell you that it's not going to be the same identical, even though tarot does have a more structured language. It'll be the deck creator, the words that they put is really going to kind of be their interpretation. So if you find one of these types, right, to be, this one I'm holding up now is Angel Wisdom Tarot. It's by Bradley Valentine. I adore Bradley. I did my certified angel card reading. He was one of my teachers, along with Miss Virtue, before she lost her mind. But anyway, that's another story. But there's tons. Find one. Go online and just type in tarot decks. Click images. What calls to you? Do it that way first. I'm going to get into the tips and tricks. Don't you worry. I just want to kind of show you a few things, because then we also have these same tips and tricks are going to go as well for oracle cards. All right. Now, an oracle card deck can be any number of cards. It's not a set number. It's going to be a theme. Usually they will either have like a saying on the card, or sometimes they put the whole language on the card. Like, sorry, I thought I had it done here, right? So this is an oracle deck, and it's at time, and on the back it tells you everything you need to know. All right. So what's really nice about oracles, now they're not going to be, when I say not as meaty, right, I mean that they're not going to be like, with the tarot, you can narrow down, is it a man, is it a woman, right, in this scenario, or is it a child, is it something, which season, spring, winter, fall, this, that, maybe a time frame. Is this a universal message? Is this something that's like coming from here, mundane? Is it this? Is it that? So like remember I said it's a full meal. All right. Sometimes you don't maybe want or need all of that. I tend to use oracle cards more often than I do the tarot. And what's also nice is Oracle cards tend to be gentler in their message. They just tend to be a little bit more loving and kind and gentler in their message. And they're very uplifting. And you literally, I would not even begin to guess how many types of oracle decks there are out there. And some of them are for like you can just pull like for self-care, a self-care card, or you could pull for a daily card, what to meditate on today. You can pull Abraham Hicks, right? And they've got a teaching and this and that. There is no end to the type of oracle deck that you can get. All right. So let's start with some tips. I want you to understand, when you pick a deck that calls to you, you have already increased your confidence. Naturally, you didn't even have to do anything. You're on your third set of Rider? Okay. Ah, Light Seers Tarot. A lot of people love that one. Um, Actually, I have, oh, you're getting that? That's great, Kathy. I have karma cards. I actually even have tea leaf cards. I have I Ching cards. I've got, you name it, goddess cards. And there's like, at least I've got at least 5 different type of goddess decks and all sorts of stuff. I told you, I love me divination tools. So that first step, got to call to you. Next, when you get it, and even if you've had your cards for a while, if you've never done this, I highly recommend. It's going to make a world of difference. So I want you to understand, whatever tool you're putting in your hand, it is a means of communication. It's energy. Remember, you connect your energy to everything. Program that energy cord. You want to take your deck. Now, when I get a new deck, right? I know that usually it'll come with a little book and they'll tell you, oh, do this, 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 and some will write up a ritual for you. Love that. That's fine. When I have a new deck, I like to just go through it and just look at each card. You don't have to sit and study. What am I doing? I'm getting my energy. I'm making an energy connection with each card. Then I'm going to hold the cards in my hands. The palm of your hands. Power centers, power centers, power centers. I'm going to hold it in the palm of my hands. And I am going to literally form a connection and program it. I am going to let the cards know, hey, I'm Erin, and I'm so glad to be working with you. I appreciate you being a tool, a means of communication between me and my higher self, the divine, my guides, my guardians, my angels, universal knowledge, wisdom, and I look forward to working with you in that way. Right? That you're going to be my connection. You're going to be that tool of communication. You're going to be the means of kind of putting some of that information into something solid and tangible. By doing that, right there. You're going to be kind of like, honestly, even if you're already reading, I'm going to ask you, go do that and see the difference in how you feel and the messages. The other thing then is when I go to use anything like this, your intent is, that means lasered focused energy. That's what your intent is. It is laser focused energy. Your intent is the secret sauce between you and that, your tool, and the information you are going to tap into or get. So when I go to use a deck, any type one of these, I start with 1, center and ground. Why? Because you don't want your energy scattered all over the place. We're going to bring it in. Use the breathing exercise, right, that we did on day 2, energy techniques. And I'm going to call upon, where do I want my answers from? My higher self, my guides, my guardians, my angels, the universe, right? It doesn't matter. Honestly. So let's just say you want to say universe, source. Okay. Okay. All right. I call upon source, right? I've got some questions. I'm looking for some insight guidance, and I ask you to please use these cards as a tool, a means of communicating with me. By doing that, I've really laser focused, and my intent has been made. You know, if you walk into a kitchen, you have an intent. Are you making scrambled eggs or are you making a cake? You're going to pull eggs out no matter what. But what are you doing? What is it you want from these eggs? What's your intent? If you want a cake, you don't want to end up with scrambled eggs. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? But yes, just let me know that you get that. That simple thing, that bringing your energy together, that focus, that laser intent. You're letting your mind, you're letting your subconscious, you're letting your soul, you're letting the universe, everything know this is what I'm doing. Okay, excellent. So now, with that, the next step is clarity. Just like if you were going to go in the kitchen to make a cake, what kind of cake? You want some clarity on that, right? Just like you want to get some clarity on what is it I am looking to tap into and get information on. Okay. Even if your question is, what would you like me to know today for my highest good? That is a clear, defined question. Okay. All right. Clear and defined your question. Or it may be, what do I need to know about blank right now? Or it could be, what's coming up for me next week, next month, whatever. Or what or who or how or, the guidance. What are my options? Is this a person that I can trust and work with? Whatever it is, but you want to define. Otherwise, you're just walking into the kitchen and saying, I'm going to make a cake. And just start slapping things together. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what kind of cake you're going to get. You don't either. Your crew. So now we all have what I call a celestial crew. They are your guides, your guardians, your angels, and then some. I call them your crew for short. I call them my crew for short. I always ask, and all my students, every client I work with teaching this, when you ask your crew to assist you, write these words down. I call upon and whoever, if you just want to work with your higher self, your guides, your guardians, the universe, the creator, source, goddess, gods, deities, fairies, like it doesn't matter. I ask you to assist me in being a clear and accurate channel. And then you finish that off with either for the answers I seek, what you want me to know for my highest good, universal knowledge and wisdom, whatever, right? You're defining what it is you wanted. And then allow it to flow. Allow it to flow. And keep a record. Keep a record in the beginning. Honestly, I asked this, I got this card, this is how I interpreted it, because it may not make sense right at that moment, but after a little, it might click with you in a different way, or you'll see that it came true, or this or that. Why? Because that proof, right? Your confidence goes up, up, up. So now I want to talk about the other two tools. Automatic writing. Automatic writing, pretty much the same, but the difference is instead of using cards, right, or runes or this or that, you're going to just get yourself pen or pencil and some paper. Some people will just sit and do on their, you can type on your keyboard if you want. I really would love to say when you start, hold an object. Hold an object. And the only difference here is you're like, oh, okay, guides, guardians, and angels, I am tapping in to get, information, knowledge, guidance, whatever. And, right, because you've got your intent, you've got that clarity, and you're like, you call upon your guru and you ask them, okay, guys, help me, whatever. And you're like, okay, I'm just going to go. And you just write. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be sentences. It may be, maybe you see an airplane and you see a beach and you see an apple and you see whatever. Or maybe you just kind of like words in your head going, yeah, I wish I had done, da, da, da. And you're like, I don't even know what this is. It doesn't matter. Right. Let it flow. You're getting your body going in it, right? What happens is even if you're not getting anything in the beginning that you feel is worthwhile, it's like a rusty pipe. You gotta let it start flowing. You gotta let it get going. And the more you do it, guarantee you will be getting information. And, I have a client, I taught this to him, and he knew nothing about the metaphysical world, the spiritual world. I mean, he's raised very proper Catholic, Italian family, da da da. So, when I'm telling him, introducing him to my world, he was like, right? And I had suggested to him to just give it a go. Well, blew him away. He started writing, and I've seen over the years now, right, how he does it. And he started getting information, and he got a name, and it turns out he was like, hey, this guy was, it was his main spirit guide giving him information. But his intent was just, what do you want me to know, right? He was just starting the relationship, and he made a daily habit of just, all right, gonna do it, gonna let it go. Some, like Tyler Henry, what he does is, because he's getting out of his own way and he's just flowing and he's flowing, some people use automatic writing that way. Some have used it. I've got a client who used automatic writing, and before she knew it, she was channeling ascended masters. Another one channeling a collective. Another one started channeling through her spirit guide and found that that was the preferred method for working with her spirit guide. There's all sorts of things, but here's the thing. When you just allow and flow with no expectation, and you take that pressure off yourself, you allow all those psychic juices to start flowing. When you start giving yourself permission, right? Saying, it don't got to be anything. Before you know it, because you've stopped going like this on it, you start getting a lot. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Right? When you just go in and play, things start flowing. You are opened up because you don't have barriers up. All right? You don't have barriers up. Okay. Let me just pause real quick. Automatic writing be used. Actually, I will tell you that a few of my clients have used, after we started working together and figured out their preferred method. And for a couple of them, automatic writing, they use that to channel books, and those books have all been bestsellers. Absolutely. Remember, I told you divination as an artist, the creativity, painting, sculpting, writing, fashion, anything. You're letting that flow. All right. And so absolutely. Absolutely. Want to do one more? We're running a little bit over today. I want to tell you about the pendulum. All right. I've done workshops on this. And guys, there isn't a lot of time right today, because I really wanted to make sure you had this other information. I want you to start doing something to really pump it up. Pendulum. I love pendulum. I wrote an ebook. It is on my website in the shop. It's not expensive. It's like a few bucks. Where I go over with you exactly how to work with a pendulum, how to program the pendulum, how to know what's yes and what's no for you, Stop thinking you have to be the same as everybody else. How to pose your questions, right? Because a lot in the beginning, you're really looking for your basic yes, no, and you're going to get a maybe. All right. You can use pendulum the same that you would any other tool include, but the difference is you can use this for mediumship. If you are a medium, you can use this to communicate with spirit to get answers. You can use this. Say you decide you want to be a paranormal investigator. You can use this as any spirit here, and you can break it down. This is a gateway tool. Oh my gosh, which is why it is its own separate workshop and training. One thing I will tell you, you don't need to go to the crystal store and get something pretty. Obviously, I did. But that's because I'm a Libra and I like pretty. All right. Prior to that, since I was a young girl, I used my necklace. All you need is something that hangs with something weighted. That's it. That's it. You don't need anything fancy or special. I would love to go into this more. We are almost out of time. Right? Hey, yeah, no. But I don't want you to think you have to. All right, that's just it. Those have tos, I really want to bust a lot of those myths. You don't have to have a deck you don't resonate with. You don't have a tool that doesn't work for you. And you don't have to go out and buy something. You can literally, back in the day, you have to remember, divination has been around since like before written history, before even the Sumerians. Okay. It's been around literally as long as mankind. Even prehistoric times, divination, looking at the trees, looking at the ground, looking at this, looking at the sky, this, that, and giving it meaning. Taking a message. It's been around forever. And they didn't have all of this stuff. So that's why I wanted you to know that. You can just use a necklace or anything you got that's weighted. All right, so I thank you for staying. So we've done, like I said, intuition. We've done energy, the mindset, and how that really just blows open the door for your potential. All right. Different tools, divination tools you can use, and how to use them. All right. I just need to know, was this helpful? You guys have shown up. You exchanged your energy for this knowledge. And I just want to know, was this helpful? Are these things that you're going to implement and you know is going to make a difference for you? Yes. If it is, just give me a yes. I would love that. Because I want to know that you got for your time. And I also want to say that if you found these trainings helpful, for those who have, whether you're watching the replay or not, I would love to know, out of the 4 trainings, which one do you feel was the most like, hot dang, I'm so glad I got that one? The mindset. Okay, cool. Let me know. I want to know. So now I love that, the mindset. Look at that. And did you know you can use these tools to help you discover where you are in your mindset on things? I love that. So, listen, you found this helpful. Um, I want you to know that, hey, I'm so glad. And I have programs, right? That as a mentor, I have custom created programs to help amazing, beautiful people just like you, to help you tap in, unlock, unleash, activate, align, and basically be a bright light. One, I hope you're going to allow me a few minutes to tell you about this, is the Lightworker Activation Program. It is a certification program. In this program, you're introduced to deep introduced to the things that we've gone over the last 4 days. All right. Literally walk through what your gifts are, developing those gifts you don't even realize you have, developing those, different practices, right? Working with your higher self, a lot of healing things. You're going to be learning. You're going to literally meet your spirit guide team, your celestial crew, your angels. You're going to learn their language so you can be fluently working with them. We're going to tap in. We're going to find out what you charted, what it is you decided you wanted to come here to be, do, have, achieve, and experience, how you want to share your light. Healing. Boy, do we do healing. Just a lot of stuff. Plus, you are introduced to um, topics from aromatherapy to Zen in a weekly training. If you'd like, here are, I believe Teresa's already put them in the chat for you. You can go to the website. That's where you'll find the Pendulum ebook. If you want to just go over and look at the programs, right, like what I'm doing, you can go to the Lightworker program page. If you want to talk with me, right, if you want to talk with me and find out what's in your best options, which program may be better than another, are we a good fit to work together? Is it a perfect fit for you? What are the details? This, that. All right. You can always use my calendar. All right. Schedule time for us to talk. And if you're interested in the certification program, I have a separate page just on that because obviously there's a lot. It's a 6-month mentorship. And by the time you are done, I'm going to tell you, you're not even halfway through. You're only maybe three sessions in, 4 sessions in, you're going to be doing paid services. You're doing paid services. You're going to be out there sharing your gift. All right. So you can click on one of the links and go there. Teresa's put them in the chat. And Teresa, if you could just put them in the chat again for everybody, would that be possible? That would be great. Thank you. So there's also the Lightworker Studies group. This is the one if you're looking for a community, if you're looking to have a mentor, right? Someone you can really talk with and get guidance and everything. You want people to share your journey with. If there's just like, you're like, dang, there's like so many different things that I'm really interested in, right? This is the group for you. All right. This is where we are going to dive in. It could be house blessings. It could be quantum healing. It could be the Mandela effect. It could be, we do different type of reading spreads for different times of the year. And, we even have a spread that I taught with that's called What the Actual F. Okay. For some of those things. We've done color therapy, aromatherapy, how to smudge, how to make your own smudge stuff, essential oils, crystals, right? Um, just you name it. So from aromatherapy to Zen, it is a fabulous thing, great community, and it's a way for you to be introduced to a lot of things, get support, have a close-knit little light family, and have a mentor, right? While you learn and you grow and you share your journey. So I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. I want to remind you to do the tasks. And um, one more time, I just want to ask, did you enjoy this? If you enjoyed it, please let me know. A simple yes. Now, if you want to put maybe, that's fine, right? Free will. Free will. I'm hoping whether you are here right now or watching the replay that you say yes, because this is my gift to you. All right. Yes, I'm letting you know what I do because it would be a disservice of me not to, right? Like, how can I serve you? How can I help you if you don't even know I exist and what I do? And celebrating the Lightworker Academy and all of the lives that I have already touched. I've had that pleasure and that blessing, the lives, the beautiful, amazing women I'm working with now, and the ones that I am going to end up working with. I look forward to that. And I will be announcing, I've put it out there, that I am opening up enrollment to work with me. I am going to be opening up 4 spots in the certification program. I will be opening up 4 spots right now in the group program. And I will be opening up 4 spots for the hypnotherapy, healing your past, present, and future. All right. Reason why it's not just, hey guys, I'm a mentor. I work with you one-on-one. I prefer that we do it that I do not overextend me because I want to make sure I'm giving you my best. And I have been a member of groups where there are 50 to 150 people, like in a mastermind or something. And that's fine, but that's not a mentorship. In a mentorship, you're supposed to have access to me to you. It's a relationship. It's a deep, deep bond. This is not just me teaching you how to cook and make some really good cookies. It's your spiritual journey. It's opening up your soul and your mind and that mindset, right? And navigating life as a spiritual being on this planet. And it's a sacred job. It's one I love, only with so many people at a time. And to make it, thank you, Teresa. I break everything down. Thank you. Yeah, Teresa's taken a couple of my programs, and right now she is in the certification program. Rock star. And, a lot of times, I thought about this as well, right? I'm celebrating, I'm sharing this knowledge. I wanted to connect, right, with those of you in the group, and I wanted it to be worthwhile. And I'm a Libra. Did I mention that? When we partying, we want prizes and we want glitter and we want fun. We really want food. I wish there was a way to have done food with this because trust me, we would have. I'm there for the food and a cup of coffee. But I also am extending. First time ever, guys. You're the first ones to hear. The group will find out tomorrow. or those watching the replay, I have deeply, deeply discounted the program tuition investment for all of those programs. I have turned back the clock on the certification program to what it was when we started in 2020. I have turned the clock back. It is $2,500 savings off the program. The other ones I have more than slashed in half. And again, this is for the first 4 people, right? 4 in the certification, 4 in the group, 4 for the hypnotherapy. And I am going to be putting that offer out there. And that offer is good until the end of next week, which is March 30th, because then everyone's going to go off on their way for the holidays. And March celebration month ends, right? My anniversary month ends. So that's why I gave you guys those links so you can go check the stuff out. So if you decide you want to explore, or you just already know that everything was so beneficial, so helpful, and you want more, you have those links. Go look at the programs, schedule a call, and let's see what we can do, because it literally is going to be, once those 4 spots for each program are filled, they're filled. All right. So I thank you. I thank you all for being here.